Welcome to the first episode of the Geekly vlog. This is a companion video series really for my main website at thegeeklyblog.com, link in the description. And basically these are going to be at first short videos where I jump on the mic here and I talk a little bit about something that has come out or just something in the world of geek and pop culture. I hope you join me on this, and if you like it, click the like, click the subscribe, comment, and definitely comment. I definitely want to hear from people. However, as you can tell, it's going to be a little basic at first. I'm using the camera in my Mac. I got the blue mic. Part of my lighting is literally just a lamp that's sitting here, so I hope to get a little bit better with that. And also I need to get some good editing equipment so I can do more things in the future, like Final Cut Pro or something like that. But this is just, I wanted to get started, so this is it. And I meant to record this a couple days ago when the film came out, but this first video, of course, is about Captain America Civil War. And before I get started on that, though, I do want to get since this video is coming out a couple days late, it happens to come out on Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all those wonderfully geeky mothers out there. Now let's get to it. Let's get right to the meat of this. Captain America Civil War is probably my favorite superhero film in a long time. Well, I can't say in a long time because Deadpool came out. But it's kind of rejuvenated me a little bit. Because occasionally with all these superhero films that get thrown out there, you can get bogged down a little bit. Now, not bad. I mean, I love superheroes. I love comic books. I'll go and watch every single one of them. But occasionally you start to feel like, are there other films that are out there that aren't superhero films? And I just watched The Jungle Book as well. That's a good movie. I definitely recommend that. Great CG, great cast. But we're here to talk about Civil War. Now, before I go on also, I do want to go ahead and say spoiler warning. I'm going to try to stay away from spoilers in this particular video, but I might have to mention something that happens, and I don't want to be held back just because I'm trying to avoid spoilers. So just in case, spoiler warning. The film is beautifully set up. It deals with the themes of freedom and government oversight and the pros and cons of each. It doesn't like say choose this one or choose this one. There's no clear cut villains or good guys or bad guys or right or wrong in this movie. And that's a good thing. It makes you question and think. It's a superhero film that makes you think, which is something you don't always get. Of course, Iron Man is all for registration. Captain America's like, no, we deserve to be on. The Avengers deserve to be on their own. They are the best ones to decide what actions they should take, and they both have good arguments for it. Steve Rogers thinks, agendas will change if they do this, and what if they don't want to send us somewhere where the Avengers really need to go? Iron Man, of course, is saying, look, I created Ultron, man. Like, I need to be in check. And so he's all for it, and he has guilt issues and stuff like that. And that's really what starts it. That starts the rift, and then there's other things like you've seen in the trailers. The Winter Soldier, that element plays into it. The fight sequences are fantastic and amazing. I will say this is a movie that assumes that you have watched everything that came before, which is fantastic because the Russo brothers, the directors, and the writers, whose names are escaping me at the moment. I know Christopher's the name, and Stephen, I think, are their first names at least. They have crafted a story that successfully juggles almost a dozen superheroes, and you never feel shortchanged by any of them. Clint, Hawkeye gets his moment. Vision, Wanda, and Iron Man and Captain America, of course. They all have great moments in this movie. And, of course, there are two particular heroes that are introduced to the MCU in this movie that definitely get their moments. Black Panther was amazing. We essentially get his origin story in this movie in a way. Like, it's very subtle. It's not in your face like origin story, and Marvel's sticking true to that. Spider-Man is amazing, and the great thing about him is they don't even give his origin. Like, he's been there for a while. Tony's known about him. And he's like, he holds up a phone at one point. This is you, And So we don't get any of the Uncle Ben retread. That's one of the things that, like, watching BVS, right at the top, we're getting Batman's parents getting killed again. It's ridiculous. There's two superheroes that, thanks to previous cinematic interpretations, we know their origins: Batman and Spider-Man. But Spider-Man is great. He had a lot more to do than I thought he would. Great setup for his film, Spider-Man Homecoming, which is coming out, I think, next year. And then, of course, I can't wait for Black Panther. Like, that character was treated so well. Chadwick Boseman did beautifully in that role. The action, it's fantastic. The airport sequence is one of the greatest sequences out there, but it's like, it's not even at the end of the movie. It's not even the main huge set piece. There's another set piece after it that's a little bit more personal, a little bit more between friends. And this movie also ends on a note of uncertainty. It is the Empire Strikes Back of the MCU, and there's even a reference to the Empire Strikes Back in the movie, which I won't spoil here, but it's there. And after this, it's great. It's a great setup for Phase 3, which the Russo brothers the next thing they're going to do is Infinity War. And unlike Batman vs. Superman, which should have made me want to see Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman and Justice League, which of course I'll go watch them, but it made me not really want to go see those movies. Civil War makes me want to go see the next 10 movies in the MCU, because I want to see where this story's impact happens and takes place. I'm trying to sit here thinking of something negative to say about the movie, and if I can think of anything, it would be nitpicking. Like, honestly, the movie is that good. It's not to say that it's a flawless movie. I don't think there's a flawless movie in existence. I've never thought that. But this movie is, as far as superhero films go especially, is one of the best. It ranks up there with the likes of The Dark Knight and its predecessor, The Winter Soldier, which I think is one of the best films made in the past 20 years. It's another one of those films that transcends its genre at times. And like I said, it gives you real themes to think about. It makes you think, makes you question both sides of the coin. And I was never upset with Iron Man for choosing his route. I was never upset with Captain America for choosing his side. They don't present it that way, and that's so refreshing, because usually they give you a side to choose that's very specific. It's like, oh yeah, I cannot stand with him. He's gone too far. They both go too far in trying to stick to their ideals, and in one case, something happens that it reveals that Cap goes a little too far. So, but again, it's an amazing movie. I can't recommend it enough. I've seen it twice now. And the second time was just as great as the first time. And so I'm going to go watch it a third time, I'm sure. Maybe even a fourth and a fifth time. I don't know. But I can't recommend it highly enough. My final score is a 10 out of 10. It's that good. And I can't wait for Doctor Strange in November. That's going to be the next one. Now, of course, there are two endings. They're credits, post-credit sequences, a mid-credit sequence and a post-credit sequence. So be sure to stay for those. But if you didn't know that about Marvel films by now, what's wrong with you? Anyway, Civil War, go check it out. It's fantastic. And if you like this video, of course, click subscribe, like it, comment on it, spread the word. I'm going to come in occasionally, like I said, and do some videos. I don't know how frequent these are going to be, but I'm so glad I'm finally getting started on it. Just kind of bear with me through these first few, as I'm probably going to be trying to, either do something with the mic or the lighting or maybe even the camera at some point. I'll have a more professional camera. But for now, I'm using what I got. And but I have a blast doing this stuff, because I feel like I get to have at least my side of the conversation with you, the geeks. And of course, in this medium, please go to the comments, because I think that I want to hear what you have to say about Civil War. Good, bad, whatever. You know, if you think I'm right, I'm right. If you think I'm wrong. Films, that's the great thing about films. They're subjective. Everybody has an opinion of a good film and a bad film. And I want to hear what your opinion is. So please comment. And then, of course, like and subscribe, because I really want to keep doing this for quite a while. As always, thank you. And as always, this is my first video. Thank you, and I hope to geek out again with you very soon with the Geekly Vlog, issue number 2. Thanks, guys. See you later.